Oddbox is saying, been thinking about going back to Guild Wars 2 lately, having played since the game came out. Oh, welcome back. Well, that's like 10 years ago. Thinking about maining Deadeyes because I want a ranged class. Okay. Is Deadeyes good for all content? It depends. I like sticking to one character if I can. If I can. Fun video. Thank you. Thank you for your comment, Oddbox. I'll try to answer your question the best that I can. Is Deadeyes good for all content? And I play every classes, and I will tell you that Deadeyes is very good. Is very actually, I would say that it depends which feature. First of all, if we're talking about world v world roaming, I think that Deadeyes is the most proficient class ever. If you're good at sneaking, going stealth, and if you have the right build, you can be the most godlike, powerful class in world v world. That is, if we're talking about roaming. Now, if we're talking about zerging in world v world, that's a different story because then you need to change your build, you know, your utility skill, you're gonna have to change a lot of things in order to be able to survive in the Zerg. Because if you haven't done the Zerg for a long time, Zerging in World v World requires you to have a lot of like survivability. So the thing about Deadeyes is like they're very squishy, so you'll be probably most probably one of the first to die if you are to go into Zerg and just get ram by like 50 other players. So if you are asking me, is Deadeyes good for Zerging? I would say maybe not. But maybe yes, it depends how you play, depends on your build, depends what you do. Can you avoid, can you dodge roll those one-shot kill, like if there's like 50 players, that use a specific spell right on top of you, you will die, like super squishy die. But open world is very fun. Open world with Deadeyes is fun. Because you can one-shot kill pretty much everything. You can do champion, you can solo champions, yes. Legendary, maybe. It is. I think it is possible to solo legendary with Deadeyes, but you gotta be fast. You gotta use a specific build that allows you to stay alive. Because legendaries are made. They're not as easy as we think, right? So the other thing about soloing legendary, and this is one big mistake that I've been seeing in Guild Wars 2 for since I've been playing this game for like a year and 3 months, I believe. A lot of people are looking for builds to solo legendaries, which is like their end game, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But the thing that people need to know is that Guild Wars 2 wasn't built in order for players to solo legendaries, because legendaries, like it for many people, it is not as easy as it is, and it is also suggested to be in a group. Like if you do a legendary, it is highly suggested to do it as a group in order to achieve what you want to achieve. You want to kill the legendary, all right? Because legendary, they're like the hardest to kill. But you're gonna have some players who's gonna be like, oh no, legendary is easy. On my class, I can solo legendary, I can survive, blah blah blah. Well, that's good for you. That's good for you. But what is good for you doesn't necessarily mean it's good for others. Because a lot of people, they don't like to solo things. They like to play with friends. They like to play with other people. So that's one thing you need to understand. Like when it comes to solo features, you need to understand that although it is possible to solo features, it is not suggested by ArenaNet, because ArenaNet built this game so that you can play with friends. You understand? If you can solo features, then be my guest. But the problem is that you're kind of self-implementing like Mission Impossible like challenges to yourself, because it is Mission Impossible, but it is doable. But if you like Mission Impossible type challenge, but then if you fail, you'd be like, oh, my build wasn't good. Oh, why is it not good? Why did I not kill the legend? Oh, it's so frustrating. I just said it. It's because ANET didn't build this game to solo features. They build it so that you can play with friends and other people. But the problem is that some players, they like to self-implement themselves, Mission Impossible type challenges, because they want to feel like, oh, I soloed this, or I am a badass in a sense, when in fact it's, I mean, if you want to do it because you just want to try it, that's be my guess. But if you're gonna brag about it, that's another story. And then people, they don't like that too much, I guess. So new players are like, they are disappointed, and they're like, no, I don't want to play this game because I cannot solo this legendary like the other guy can do, right? So it's kind of indirectly sending the wrong message to new players. That's why I don't like to too much delve into that, you know what I mean? But it is something that I do praise. You know, like when somebody is like doing soloing a legendary with a class, I'm like, wow, that's great, man, that's great. But I don't suggest it to new players or any players for that matter, unless you want to self-impose yourself a Mission Impossible type challenge. That is up to you. It is for you. It is your personal decision. It is not something I am suggesting you to do. So yeah, so that's one thing I wanted to pitch in, in this. I like sticking to one character if I can. All right, for that, that's a good thing, but that's also another problem. And I'll explain to you why. I used to love a class. It's called the Mechanist, and I know a lot of people is gonna laugh again. Blah blah blah. Ha ha ha. Very funny. But the problem with loving a class, I mean, sorry, sticking to one class is that there are good things and bad things. The good thing is that you get very good at it. If you stick to one class, you'll be very proficient. The not so good thing about it is that ANET can nerf your class anytime. In any balance patch, they can decide to like, oh, you know what? Your class has been prominent and proficient, very powerful for a very long time. Now it's about time to nerf it. They're gonna do it. They will do it. It's not a question of like when. It's not a question of will they do it. No, they will do it. They've been doing it to every single class. So what it means that if you just stick to one class and you get good at it, you get very good at it. One day, Anet's gonna see that, and they're gonna nerf what you love the most. And what's gonna happen next, depending on you, if you like I did, like I love my class very much, and the problem with with the mechanics, and I don't want to go back, into that story, but what I'm saying is that I used to bring mechanics in World v World, in PvP. I even tried it in raids, fractals, but now that the ANET nerf the mechanics to the ground, and I'm no just talking about it, it makes me feel strange. I play mechanics only in open world, and it kind of saddened me. It's really hurt. It kind of hurts me. I don't I don't want to go back to that, but it's really gonna hurt you. It's really gonna hurt you because and the story behind the mechanics is that a lot of people deem that it was overpowered, and again, I don't want to go back to that. And people have been cyberbullying me. People have been harassing me in game. They've been harassing me in World v World. People have been harassing me in PvP. They've been harassing me in my social media, in my YouTube channel. People have been harassing me since February 2022. So the problem with the mechanics is that people have been harassing me from the start, and then ANET has to bend down. They bended their knees to their demands like this. There's a faction in the community who are like very proficient, like they're like prominent, sorry, they're like prominent on social media, and when they decide to start a propaganda per se, they will succeed. They will succeed in the way that they're gonna swarm ArenaNet's forum. They're gonna swarm social media, and they're gonna tell everybody what they think about a class. They're gonna say, "Oh, this is overpowered. This is overpowered." Yeah, they're gonna say whatever they want to say to make sure that ANET nerfs it the next balance patch. Are you feeling my drift? So the problem with that is that I, who loves mechanics, who strongly disagree with everything they said, and I can't even prove it. But even if I prove it, it doesn't matter because this propaganda faction are so prominent on social media that my voice has not been heard. So that's why I just quit. I just quit loving mechanics. I just quit having a main character. I just quit because it doesn't matter. If I love a class, I know that the next month or the next day or the next week it will get nerfed by popular demand, and that's the problem with sticking to one class. You will get disappointed the next month or the next balance patch, and the way I solve that issue is to actually not stick to one class and to play other class. So if you can play other classes and enjoy playing other classes, that would be my recommendation. Because if ANET decides to nerf the class that you love the most, you will not be as hurt as you should, because you'll be able to turn away and say, you know what, it's okay, I'll just play another class, right? So that's my suggestion to you. But if you want to stick to one class, that it's up to you. I just don't like, even in World of Warcraft, I've been playing WoW for 18 years, and I play every class. I play the monk, I play the warlock, I play the hunter, I play Shadow Priest, I play the Death Knight, I play Demon Hunter. I play every classes because I know that if one class gets nerfed to the ground for any type of reasons, I'll be able to just turn my head away and like, oh, it's okay, I'll just play that other class and I'll just have fun. And so basically, I'm never getting hurt, because that's the problem when you get too attached to one class And if for any reason ANET decides to nerf it because and then you've been playing this class for like 10 years, and then suddenly boom they nerf it, you'll be like, oh my god. You will feel hurt. Trust me, you will feel hurt, and I don't want to feel that again. I don't want to feel hurt again. So I decided to play every other classes, and yeah, and that's it. That's my suggestion. So yeah, Oddbots, I hope that this answered your question, and welcome back to the game. And there's a lot of players, people who comment on my channel that they're coming back to Guild Wars 2. They've been seeing a lot of my videos, and a lot of them are like they're very excited to come back because some of my videos kind of like make them feel good. And I'm happy that my video inspires you to come back. But you just have to remember one thing. Be careful with sticking to one character. That's all I can tell you. My experience was like when I say that, when I tell you that you will get hurt when they nerf your favorite class, I mean it will literally make you like you will rage. You will rage. You will feel sad. It's really don't get attached. Do not get attached to one class. I am highly strongly recommending every single new player do not get attached to one class because, like I said, the next month, the next balance patch, ANET can just decide to nerf it down to the ground. There's nothing you can do about it. All right, guys. So don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself. Thank you for watching. I hope that this helps some of you. If yes, please like and sub. Thanks for watching. See you in my next videos.